Real respect is not loud. It does not beg to be seen. It simply is. In today's noisy world, respect has become something you announce, display, or demand. Social media feeds overflow with empty compliments and shallow praise, while true respect often goes unnoticed because it doesn't need a spotlight. It's silent, steady, and far more powerful than any loud declaration. Think for a moment. When was the last time someone made you feel genuinely valued without saying a single word? Maybe it was the way they listened deeply, the calm confidence in their posture, or the steady kindness in their actions. That kind of respect doesn't clamor for attention. It radiates naturally and commands it in its own way. The ancient Stoics understood this better than anyone. Men like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca didn't waste energy boasting or seeking approval. They cultivated respect through quiet strength, by living according to principle, by mastering their emotions, and by honoring others without needing to announce it. Their respect was shown through discipline, consistency, and humility. Why does silent respect matter? Because actions speak louder than words, and when you carry yourself with quiet dignity, you influence people deeply without trying. It's a magnetic power that doesn't fade or rely on fleeting moments of applause. Stay with me through this video, because by the end, you will grasp how to embody this rare kind of respect, how to project honor, strength, and depth simply by being. You'll learn why true respect isn't about being heard, but about being felt. And that, my friend, is a game changer. Oh, your stillness shows you are in control, not just of the room, but of yourself. In a world that often values noise, haste, and reaction, mastering stillness becomes a rare and commanding force. It is the silent language of wisdom, a way of speaking without words, telling others that you are grounded, unshaken, and deliberate. When you do not fidget, rush, or overreact, you project an invisible authority that draws respect naturally. Marcus Aurelius captured this truth when he wrote, "Be like the rock against which the waves crash, still, unmoved." Imagine that rock, strong, immovable, enduring the chaos of crashing waves with serene resilience. Your stillness is your rock. It signals that no external disturbance can unsettle your inner peace or shake your purpose. It is not weakness or passivity, but the ultimate form of strength. Learning to master stillness begins with the breath. Deep, slow breathing centers the mind and calms the nervous system. When you breathe with intention, you anchor yourself in the present moment, free from the grip of anxiety or distraction. This calm breath steadies your body and mind, creating a foundation from which your stillness arises naturally. Holding your gaze is another essential practice. A steady gaze speaks volumes. It tells others you are engaged and present, that you carry confidence without aggression. Your eyes become a window into your soul's calm, inviting trust and respect without demanding it. Avoiding darting eyes or nervous glances removes any hint of insecurity or hesitation. Instead, your gaze says, "I am here, fully grounded and aware." Responding slowly is perhaps the most difficult part for many. In a culture that prizes quick answers and constant reaction, choosing to pause before you speak or act feels counterintuitive. Yet this deliberate delay is a powerful tool. When you respond slowly, you demonstrate control over your impulses. You show that you are not a slave to emotion or pressure, but a master of yourself. This measured pace encourages others to listen more carefully, creating space for understanding rather than conflict. The world around you notices these subtle cues before you even open your mouth. Nervous energy, restless movement, or hurried speech can undermine your message and diminish your influence. Conversely, calm posture Steady breathing and deliberate actions build an aura of quiet strength that commands attention effortlessly. Stillness is often mistaken for passivity or disengagement. Nothing could be further from the truth. It is power in motionless form, a force that does not need to rush or shout because its presence is enough. It is a silent command that invites respect and fosters peace. Consider a leader in a heated meeting who remains calm while others argue. Their stillness diffuses tension, shifts the atmosphere, and establishes authority without a single raised voice. Or think of a mentor whose calm presence makes others feel safe and valued, encouraging honesty and reflection. In your own life, practicing stillness becomes a daily exercise in self-mastery. Start by noticing moments when you feel rushed or reactive. Pause, breathe, and realign yourself with calm. Hold your posture steady. Meet others' eyes with quiet confidence. Respond with thoughtfulness rather than haste. This is the art of stillness, the profound silence of strength that marks a man who governs himself before he governs others. It is the foundation of respect, the seed of influence, and the shield against chaos. When you master stillness, you become the unmovable rock in a stormy world. Your presence alone speaks louder than words ever could. When your eyes meet someone else's, let them feel the honesty, not fear or pretense. In the dance of human connection, eye contact is the unspoken language that reveals the truth beneath words. It is more than a glance. It is a meeting of souls, a bridge between minds. True eye contact is not about domination or intimidation. It is about presence, being fully here, fully real. Epictetus, the great Stoic teacher, reminded us that how we carry our gaze reflects our moral state. A wandering, darting eye betrays distraction, insecurity, or deceit. It signals that the mind is unsettled or the heart hides something. On the other hand, a steady, clear gaze reveals honesty, confidence, and self-mastery. When your eyes meet another's with integrity, you send a message deeper than words. I see you as you are. I do not pretend, and I stand before you fully present. This kind of eye contact requires discipline and awareness. Avoid scanning the room for approval or distractions. Resist the urge to look away when challenged or uncomfortable. Instead, hold your gaze with calm clarity. Let your eyes be steady, not piercing or cold, but open and respectful. Your gaze should say, I acknowledge your presence, I respect your being, and I offer you my truthful self. When done right, this silent exchange creates unspoken trust. It dissolves barriers and builds a quiet confidence that needs no boast or bluster. People instinctively feel safe and valued when met with genuine eye contact. This is not about power over others, but power over yourself, the power to be authentic and grounded. Imagine a conversation where both parties hold this kind of eye contact. The space between words becomes sacred, charged with mutual respect. Silence is no longer empty or awkward, but a meaningful pause that deepens understanding. Your presence becomes an invitation for honesty and openness. In contrast, evasive or fleeting eye contact breeds suspicion and doubt. It leaves others guessing about your intentions, undermining trust before a word is spoken. Even in moments of disagreement or tension, maintaining steady eye contact with integrity can calm conflict and signal strength rooted in virtue. This practice extends beyond personal interactions. In leadership, a leader who meets the eyes of their team without fear or pretense inspires loyalty and respect. In everyday life, maintaining honest eye contact signals that you value others and value yourself. It is a quiet assertion that you will not hide behind masks or falsehoods. Begin by observing your own gaze. Are your eyes restless or steady? Do you look away too quickly when someone speaks? Practice holding your gaze a little longer, with kindness and calm. Breathe into the moment, anchoring yourself in presence. Notice how this small change shifts the energy of your interactions. Remember, eye contact is a form of communication that transcends language. It reveals character and invites connection. It is a powerful tool for a Stoic man who walks with integrity and clarity. Your eyes, when used with honesty, become windows of your soul. They show your resolve, your authenticity, and your respect. They transform silence into sacred space, where true connection, understanding, and influence begin. This is the mastery of presence, the art of speaking without words, and the foundation of respect that lasts beyond fleeting moments. Practice it daily. Let your gaze carry the weight of your principles. In this simple act lies a profound power, a power that builds trust, commands respect, and reflects the depth of a man who lives with unwavering integrity. When you live your values consistently, your presence commands quiet respect. It is a truth that no words can fully capture, yet one that resonates deeply in every interaction. The Stoics teach us that virtue is not a matter of grand declarations or empty promises, but a practice grounded in everyday action. To embody your principles means to live them fully, without fanfare, without show. It is through this steady, unwavering alignment between belief and behavior that you become a man worthy of respect. Stoicism urges us not to preach, but to practice. The loudest virtue is the one demonstrated, not proclaimed. When honesty, kindness, and firmness guide your actions, your character shines through effortlessly. You do not need to announce your integrity. It becomes visible in the way you keep your word, in the calm with which you face challenges, and in the way you treat others with fairness and dignity. To be honest without arrogance is a delicate balance. Truth spoken with humility carries weight. Truth spoken with pride creates resistance. The Stoic man understands this nuance. He does not inflate his worth by boasting, but quietly stands firm in reality. This humility invites others to trust and follow his example, because it reflects a strength grounded in reality, not ego. Kindness without softness is another essential quality. It means showing compassion and respect without surrendering your boundaries or principles. Being kind does not mean being weak or agreeable at all costs. It means acting with empathy and fairness, even when faced with opposition or indifference. The Stoics remind us that true kindness uplifts both the giver and the receiver, fostering genuine connection without compromising one's integrity. Firmness without cruelty is equally important. Strength must be wielded with wisdom and justice. Being firm means standing by your decisions and values, even when it is uncomfortable or unpopular. But firmness must never cross into cruelty or harshness. The Stoic path teaches that power is most effective when tempered by reason and compassion, ensuring that your resolve commands respect rather than fear. Your self-discipline is perhaps the most visible sign of your inner strength. It shows in your punctuality, your commitment to your goals, and your ability to resist distractions or temptations. Self-discipline is not just about control. It is about honoring your own commitments and valuing your time and energy. When you manage yourself well, others instinctively recognize your reliability and seriousness. Humility, the often overlooked virtue, completes this portrait. It is the recognition that no matter how strong or wise you become, there is always more to learn. Humility keeps you grounded, preventing arrogance and opening you to growth. It also fosters respect from others, who see that you value truth above ego. Seneca said, "Speech is unnecessary when your life speaks loud enough." This statement captures the essence of embodying principles. When your actions are consistent, clear, and aligned with your values, words become redundant. People observe your life and understand your character without needing explanations or justifications. Your presence alone communicates your integrity and strength. Consider the man who arrives on time, keeps his promises, listens without interrupting, and meets challenges with calm resolve. He does not need to assert his authority loudly. It is evident in the respect he naturally commands. Others feel safe in his presence, knowing he acts with honor and steadiness. This is the power of embodying your principles. In contrast, words without consistent action quickly lose meaning. Empty promises, erratic behavior, and shifting values create confusion and distrust. No matter how eloquently one speaks, without the foundation of lived virtue, respect will remain elusive. Living aligned with your principles is a continuous journey, not a destination. It requires daily reflection, effort, and courage. There will be moments of temptation to stray, to take shortcuts, or to react out of emotion rather than reason. The Stoic man recognizes these moments as tests of character, opportunities to reinforce his commitment to virtue. By embodying your principles, you also inspire others to do the same. Your example becomes a quiet call to integrity in a world often dominated by superficiality and pretense. You show that strength does not need to shout to be heard, and that true respect grows from consistency, humility, and justice. In your relationships, this embodiment fosters trust and deep connection. People sense your authenticity and feel honored in your presence. They know you will stand by them with honesty and kindness, without hidden motives or weakness. Your life becomes a living testament to the power of Stoic wisdom. Ultimately, embodying your principles is the path to true freedom. When your actions reflect your values, you free yourself from the need for external validation or approval. Your integrity becomes your shield against chaos and distraction. You walk with quiet confidence, unshaken by praise or criticism, because your worth is anchored within. So embrace this path. Let your daily actions speak louder than any words. Be honest without arrogance, kind without softness, firm without cruelty. Cultivate self-discipline and humility as the pillars of your character. Remember Seneca's wisdom and trust that a life lived with integrity commands respect naturally. When you embody your principles, you do not need to chase respect. It finds you. Your presence becomes a silent declaration of strength, a beacon of virtue in a world hungry for genuine leadership. This is the Stoic way, to live fully aligned, commanding respect not by force, but by the quiet power of an unshakable character. There comes a moment in every man's life when silence speaks louder than any word could. There is a moment where words would only weaken what your silence already proves. A silence charged with conviction, calm, and presence. This is not mere quietness, it is sacred power. Imagine walking into a room where you do not need to assert yourself because your very energy speaks first. Your presence alone commands attention, respect, and trust. This is the goal of the Stoic man, to embody silent presence backed by unwavering inner clarity. It is the state where you no longer seek approval or validation from others, for you have found it within yourself. You stop over-explaining, over-justifying, and exhausting your energy, trying to convince the world of your worth. Instead, you allow your actions, your demeanor, and your steady calm to communicate everything that needs to be said. When you stop needing approval, you gain influence. Influence that is subtle yet undeniable. People are drawn to those who live with certainty, who do not tremble under scrutiny or demand applause. Such influence is not loud or showy. It is quiet and profound. It does not manipulate or control. It inspires and commands through sheer authenticity. When you stop over-explaining, you gain respect. Respect from those who recognize the strength it takes to hold your ground without defensiveness or haste. Over-explaining often betrays doubt or insecurity, while silence, when wielded wisely, shows confidence and self-mastery. Your silence says, "I am not here to impress. I am here to live my truth." And that truth needs no embellishment. This energy, the energy of quiet strength, is magnetic. People feel it before they can define it. It draws trust naturally because it signals authenticity. It says you are a man of integrity, a man who does not bend to every whim or opinion, but stands firm in his values. They remember this energy long after words have faded. They reflect it, aspire to it, and some even fear it because it reveals their own inner turmoil and contrast. Silence, practiced with wisdom, becomes your sharpest edge and strongest shield. It cuts through noise, distraction, and falsehoods. It protects you from the chaos of emotional manipulation and shallow drama, where words can be twisted or forgotten. Silence leaves an imprint. It holds space for dignity, patience, and truth. It signals that you are neither reactive nor desperate. You are steady and sovereign. Think of the great Stoic leaders and thinkers: Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus. Their writings are profound, but their true power lay in their ability to hold themselves with quiet authority. They knew when to speak and, more importantly, when to remain silent. Their silence was not emptiness. It was the presence of reason, virtue, and inner peace. Their silence was a fortress against the storms of life. In daily life, mastering this silence is a continual practice. It means resisting the urge to fill every gap with chatter or explanation. It means listening deeply, observing carefully, and responding only when your words carry weight. It means letting go of the fear that silence might be misunderstood or seem weak. True strength often lies in what is unsaid. This sacred silence also creates space for thought, for understanding, and for genuine connection. In a world overwhelmed by noise and distraction, silence becomes a rare and precious gift. It invites others to lower their defenses, to meet you authentically, and to reflect on what truly matters. Silence holds the power to heal, to center, and to transform. So cultivate this silence within. Let it grow from a place of self-knowledge and peace. Use it not as an escape, but as an expression of your highest self. Trust that in silence, your truth shines clearer than any shouted claim. Let your quiet presence be your testimony, your strength, and your shield. In silence, you are free. Free from the chains of approval, fear, and reaction. Free to be exactly who you are, steady, resolute, and true. This is the power of the Stoic man, to command respect and influence without a single word, to live with a presence so profound it resonates in every silent moment. Respect is not something you announce. It is something you live, quietly, steadily, and with conviction. True respect, as the Stoics teach us, is revealed not through grand speeches or empty boasts, but through calm action, authentic presence, and unwavering character. It is the silent language of a life well lived, a strength felt rather than loudly proclaimed. Each day you have the opportunity to practice this discipline. Walk slower, not out of hesitation, but with purpose. Stand straighter, not from pride, but from the dignity of self-respect. Listen deeper, not just to respond, but to understand. These simple acts, Done consistently, build a presence that commands respect naturally, without effort or demand. Let others feel your depth, instead of merely hearing your opinions. Words can be cheap, but a steady presence, grounded in virtue, resonates far beyond speech. People sense when you embody your principles, when your life is aligned with your values, and that silent integrity leaves a lasting impression. It is this unspoken power that influences and inspires, often more than any spoken word ever could. If you are ready to master this unspoken strength, comment "Silence is my strength." Join those who choose presence over noise, substance over spectacle, and wisdom over empty chatter. This is the path of the Stoic warrior, not one of loud battle cries, but of quiet, unyielding strength. Share this message with someone who talks too much but says too little. Sometimes the greatest lesson is in what is left unsaid. Sometimes the loudest voice is the one that listens and acts with steady resolve. Remember, when your silence holds virtue, it is louder than any speech ever could be. In that silence lies freedom, power, and true respect, gifts that no noise can replicate. Let your life be the testament to that truth.